Right now at noon, a school district in Southeast Kansas is making an effort to move towards a 4-day school week. We'll hear from residents of Cherokee, Kansas about the proposed change.
And temperatures continuing to warm out there toward a very spring-like day today. We'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
And this coming Tuesday is Election Day in Missouri and Oklahoma. And one item on the April 2nd ballot in Joplin could affect the future of streets in the city.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, next Tuesday, voters will head to the polls for local elections in both Missouri and Oklahoma. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. In Joplin, voters will decide whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax to fund such things as tax street projects. This week, the tax committee met for one last time before the vote. They discussed polling locations and also where voters can go if they have questions about the tax.
So if you come and you don't know all the answers and you're on the fence about it, and one of our committee members does show up, you'll see them there with a sign, and they're just there to tell you that they'll tell you about the tax when you come.
The city began collecting revenue on the 3/8 sales tax in 2004, and voters renewed it in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. This time, the city is seeking a 12-year renewal. And for voters in Oklahoma, early voting for the April 2nd election begins this week with polling sites opening today and tomorrow. Ottawa County early voters can head over to the community room at the courthouse annex. Officials say to look for the red door. Voting will take place today and tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And temperatures beginning to warm across the area with that plentiful sunshine out there, not having to deal with overly gusty winds, but that is going to change as we head into tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk about that in detail later. MoDOT camera, 28th and Rangeline, plenty of folks out there for their lunch hour. And of course, many folks, this is their Friday. With Good Friday tomorrow, no school, lots of businesses will be closed. Our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, looking great as well. We do have a breeze. It's just not as gusty as it's about to be. All right, yesterday, sometimes that doesn't fill in. That's all right. Well, we made it up to 55, so still about 9 degrees off of where we are supposed to be for this time of year. But we're going to start to do better, and we're actually going to start to go above average. Temperatures already considerably better out there as we are in the mid to upper 50s across the region, and we are heading for highs into the low to mid 60s out there. Well, clear skies initially through the evening, maybe a few clouds here or there, gradually falling back through the 50s. And again, then the wind will really start to pick up overnight tonight ahead of some other big changes in our forecast. We'll look at all those details in that full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Authorities investigate a fatal crash that happened yesterday morning near Avila, Missouri. Troopers say a westbound milk tanker on State Highway 96 turned onto County Road 20 when it was rear-ended by a pickup traveling at, quote, highway speeds. The impact caused the tanker to overturn and block the lane. Authorities say the driver of the pickup died at the scene. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. And Feeding Futures is the newest campaign from the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri. It's an arrangement where a restaurant donates a portion of its proceeds to the organization. The first restaurant to do so will be Trackside Burgers, as it gives the club 15% of last night's proceeds.
I think we had 3-4 weeks to get it together. We slammed Facebook. She made an event post, and we were like, we're doing this thing.
The proceeds from Feeding Futures will go to daily operations and fund the summer program. The city of Lamar, Missouri announces it's now accepting bids from engineering firms as it looks to remove the city's aquatic center. The center has been shut down for the past several years, and Assistant City Administrator Rusty Rives tells us it had a number of issues beyond the city's capability to repair. The city is now asking for bids from engineering firms to figure out how much it would cost to remove the pool and surrounding structure.
At this point, there's been no decision made on what's actually going to happen with the location the facility's at. Whether a pool goes back in there, whether a different structure goes back in there. We're just trying to plan for those aspects and what the future may bring for the community.
Arrive says bids are due in mid-April and the council will then decide what actions to take. The Southeast Lancer School District in Cherokee, Kansas has decided to stay with a 5-day school week calendar. The district was considering going to a 4-day week, but after conducting a survey with community members and talking to other districts that adopted the calendar, the school board last night decided to postpone the conversation to the next school year. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
Vincent said he wants to go 5 days a week, so.
Well, he likes the shorter day, I think it was what it was.
David and Debbie's grandkid is probably happy with the decision made in the Southeast Lancers School District Board meeting. With 5 votes in favor and 1 abstention, the district capped the 5-day week calendar.
Well, we hope we'll keep things going and continue to be able to grow. And we wanted to avoid anything, opposing happening.
The district conducted a survey with the staff, students, parents, and other community members to understand their perspectives on the possible change.
According to the survey, most parents, students, and other community members are somewhat or strongly opposed to the proposed changes. But it is a close race. The numbers are even closer when we are considering the staff opinions.
About 40% of teachers and staff were somewhat or strongly in favor of the change.
Surprised that it was so evenly split.
To me, anytime that you're going to make a significant change in your operations at a school, you have to have some confidence that it's going to make you better.
While in 2025, students will have a 5-day week calendar, the conversation is not over.
Always encouraging growth, change, anything like that. We don't want to shut the door on anything.
In Cherokee, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
You can find the results on the survey conducted by the district on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And coming up, students at Pitt State have their sights set on success as they prepare for the future with help from the university's career fair. We'll have the details. And later, we're making coconut bread pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, Pitt State hosted its spring career fair yesterday at the Plaster Center. The event was open to all majors and classifications. More than 130 companies attended. The spring career fair targets learning opportunities from summer employment at camps to internships and full-time professional positions.
The opportunities for internships, full-time positions, and just the confidence to know that they can go up to an employer, they can talk with them, and have a really positive outcome from that.
Well, students had the chance to network with employers and learn more about opportunities available in their field of interest. The Carthage Early Childhood Center yesterday held their annual Farm Day event. Little Tigers got to experience the world of farm life with hands-on opportunities to interact with various animals such as ducks, chickens, bunnies, goats, and even a playful pig.
They were pretty fun. Yeah. And some goats are sometimes called kids. And some goats live in deserts. And the baby bunnies can be called rabbits, too.
Well, there's something new for you. The Early Childhood and Early Childhood Special Education program serve children 3 to 5 years of age. The opening of the brand new Fire in the Hole roller coaster at Silver Dollar City takes place this weekend. It features 14 immersive scenes that depict the night that the town the park sits on burned down. Riders board their very own firefighting wagon, traveling 8 feet per second. They'll take 3 drops, then end with a final water splashdown in a 5-story climate-controlled building. Brad Thomas, company president and mayor of SDC, says he's excited to see how excited kids are to experience it for the first time. The ride opens this Saturday. The park kicks off its summer celebration on June 8th. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Don't throw away that day-old bread quite yet, because we've got a dessert that'll turn it into something that's truly amazing.
And we're tracking thunderstorm chances as we head into the upcoming holiday weekend. We'll take a look at that and those gusty winds tomorrow when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we've got ourselves a much warmer day. In fact, our temperatures now already doing better than what our highs were yesterday, and we're not done warming up just yet. Quick look outside. This is the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Again, plenty of folks out there on the road, either going to lunch or doing whatever it is that they may be doing on this fine Thursday. Our camera, Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, one cloud, one little cloud out there, and that is it. We are otherwise sunny. Looking great, too, from the KDOT camera on 69, just south of Pittsburgh, right here at Kansas Crossing. Looking great out there. And remember, of course, a lot of folks don't have school tomorrow. You don't have work tomorrow. We've got Good Friday tomorrow. We have Easter on Sunday, and we got a lot of changes on the way in terms of this weather as well. 58 in Joplin right now, southwest breeze at 14 miles an hour. Over in Pittsburgh, again, it is sunny, 56, southwest breeze at 14, and we'll see those occasional gusts to 20 out there, but again, not going to be anything like what we're expecting to see tomorrow. We're going to look at wind gusts starting tonight, picking up in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range overnight tonight, and as we head into Friday, we're talking 40, potentially 50 mile an hour wind gusts out of the south. So if you are traveling for the weekend, do keep that in mind. It is going to be breezy, and it will stay that way all the way into tomorrow night as well, and Saturday morning. Temperatures around the region look fantastic. We're all in the mid to upper 50s out there, on our way to low to mid 60s for highs across the area. Again, occasional wind gusts upwards of 20 miles an hour. Heading into tonight, we're going to fall back low 50s, maybe some upper 40s, but not near the freezing points we've seen lately. So a pretty decent night compared to what we've seen. A few clouds here and there, and again, that wind starts picking up out of the south, 10 to 20, gusting to 30. And tomorrow, we're looking at those gusts again anywhere from 40 to 50 miles an hour with sustained south winds at 20 to 30. So if you're traveling on any east-west highways tomorrow, hold on to the wheel. It is going to be very windy. It'll be partly cloudy and even warmer tomorrow as we head into our Friday than we are today. So we're going to now be about 10 degrees above normal for our Friday as we go in the low 70s. Now, the change that we're talking about is our thunderstorm chances. We actually have what is typically, for this time of year, a pretty classic severe weather setup that's setting the stage for us for Sunday night, mainly into Monday across the area. So let's go down the road. As we head into Saturday, we're going to have partly to mostly cloudy skies, still a bit on the breezy side, still warm out there. We're still looking at low 70s across the area, and we'll be even warmer as we head into Easter Sunday. Now, on Easter Sunday, we could have a stray shower or two in the morning. So if you've got some early Easter egg hunts, just keep that in mind. But later in the evening, we're going to start to see a few more showers and thunderstorms out there. So off to our west, low pressure system's going to set up. We'll have a warm front right to our north, that cold front off to the west, and a dry line right off to our west as well. And for you folks at home that have been here, you know that that setup can bring us those strong to severe thunderstorms. So overnight Sunday into early Monday morning is going to be essentially around 1, we think, in terms of strong to severe thunderstorms. And about the time the KOAM Morning News is going on, they may still be ongoing Monday morning. Then as we go through our Monday, we'll have a few scattered showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms, but then as that cold front rolls in, here's that low pressure system now continuing to track off to the east, and as it rolls in later in the evening, we could see additional strong to severe thunderstorm development along the front Monday evening across the area. So late evening though, we're talking after 9 o'clock at night, so we'll want to keep an eye on that. And as the low pressure system continues to track on out of here, yeah, that's snow across northwestern Kansas. That won't be a problem for us, but as we get on the back side of it, we could see some additional stray showers for us on our Tuesday. Leading up to all of this, low 70s tomorrow and Saturday, upper 70s Sunday and Monday, and then we cool back briefly into the upper 50s. So this cold front not dropping our temperatures as significantly out there, and then we'll warm right back up in the second half of next week, back into the upper 60s and low 70s. But again, Sunday night, Monday morning, Monday evening, definitely want to keep an eye to the sky, and we'll be tracking these thunderstorms for you as they roll in.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making coconut bread pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, today's Mr. Food recipe will have you going coconutty for this delicious bread pudding dessert. Howard shows us the recipe for coconut bread pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Most likely you've heard the expression, waste not, want not. For me, when I was growing up, it was way more than an expression. It was a way of life. And I'm glad it was, because it taught me that nothing should go to waste. So let me share with you a dessert that starts off with some day-old bread and ends up as a restaurant fancy bread pudding. We start off by cutting a loaf of day-old French bread into chunks. You see, using day-old bread, which is dry, will actually make our bread pudding lighter. Once that's done, we mix together some coconut milk, a few beaten eggs, a good amount of sugar, a bit of cinnamon, and a touch of salt. Now we add our bread to this and gently toss it along with some flaked coconut. This will go into a baking dish and we'll put it into the oven for about 45 minutes until it sets up and the top starts to get crispy. You'll know it's done when the whole house smells coconutty delicious. Maybe serve it with some fresh fruit or a bit of whipped cream and get ready for a dessert that's as comforting as can be. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our coconut bread pudding so you can enjoy a dessert that follows the old adage, waste not, want not, to a T. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a thrifty and a tasty way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go on over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so a very spring-like day for us across the area today. Gusty winds tonight into tomorrow, 40-50 mile-an-hour wind gusts out of the south. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, nice, low 70s, upper 70s, and we're watching that potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday morning, and then again Monday evening across the area. We'll go upper 70s, so we'll keep a close eye on those storms for you. We'll cool back a little bit Tuesday, Wednesday, and warm back up by the end of next week. But definitely want to keep an eye on those storms.
For sure.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. And Dow, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, a lot coming up at 5. For starters, the bond between people and their pups is one of a kind, and scientists suggest that behavior can play a big part in creating that special bond. We're going to learn how artificial intelligence is being used to determine the personalities of man's best friend. How about that? Plus, students at Frontenac Junior High are taking part in a life skills day, experiencing different career fields that are available in their area. And the Baxter Springs Police Department is set to receive a federal investment that'll provide new resources and technology upgrades for the police department. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
Lots to look forward to. Thanks, Dow. Well, joining us in the studio are students from St. Patrick Catholic School in Chanute. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.